Part two. So, like I was saying, make sure this is positioned properly because, okay. So, like I was saying, if say this is the head of the table and I set myself here, what I'm seeing on this angle is going to be different than if I were to get my ass up and walk around the table and sit here. It might be the same people at the table, might be the same shit in the room. But the angle that I'm seeing at when I sit here is different. First of all, now I'm looking at the head of the table. I'm looking at, I can see the expressions of someone sitting next to you, maybe even better than you can see them, unless your peripheral is just like flipping amazing. You see what I'm saying? But if somebody's sitting here and they have a look on their face, you might not see it as well as somebody sitting across from you would. So, how do you change perspectives? You have to change the angle. I will pick up a marker that's fucking finished. And the frequency. And the frequency that you're seeing it at. You have to change the angle and the frequency to get a new perspective. If you're gonna look at it the same way you've always looked at it, what do they say? You do the same shit you always did, you're gonna get the same. What? If you do the same shit you always done, you're gonna get the same shit you always did. Because you didn't change. Don't piss me off. Okay. Angle and frequency. So now if I change the angle that I'm looking at it at, this is gonna give me a new perspective. The frequency, not how frequently, but the frequency. So if I'm angry when I'm looking at it, that's an angle and a frequency that I'm looking at shit at. And so how I feel, what I think I should do about the situation, all types of shit is gonna be so different if I calm the fuck down and then I look at it from a new angle. Well, you know what? Maybe this shit is gonna benefit me some type of way. Maybe I don't need to be upset about their betrayal because all it did was get their bitch ass out my face in the first fucking place. Okay. Okay. And the frequency, okay, instead of this hurting me, this serves me because I am in fact larger than the obstacle, because that's the perspective that I have grounded in. This is supposed to be a tree. Don't talk about me, okay? Because I have grounded myself in that perspective. I don't play with that perspective at all. So you can use some as a template, like as a foundation, and then you can move other ones around, depending on how you need to. But speaking to other people who have only your same angle and frequency of shit is never, ever, ever fucking gonna help you get another perspective. And this is why some people, if you notice, right? I'll go backwards in my book like mangas. Anyways, if you notice, some people, no matter how much you're speaking to them in the space of reason and everything that you're saying makes sense, the lens that they may be looking through at this time might be pride. And depending on how large that is, those eyes get bigger. You understand? Let's think about envy. Let's think about envy. Okay? This whole big the eyes are, the lenses on a bitch that envy you. Because envy is different than jealousy. You know, jealousy is I want what you have. Envy is I want to be who you are. I don't think you should have that shit. I should have it and I should be in your spot. Alright. Jug your fucking eye out with that stupid shit now. Okay, so, right? That's gonna give you a specific view, perspective of how you're seeing shit. Now, at the end of this, I'm going to connect how they claim we see shit. Right? Didn't they tell you all these years that you actually see upside down, bitch? And that your brain turns it back around for you? Didn't they tell you that in school? They say you see everything upside down. So weird to me. But anyways. Right? And they have this depiction. I'm gonna place it on the end, back end so you can see it. But that's actually called the sigil of Lucifer. It's how we see. You know what I'm saying? Luz in Spanish means light. That's what that means. Light bringer. Lucifer actually etymologically breaks down to phosphorus. Isn't that a new perspective for you? Because people be like, oh my God, Lucifer. You know how pissed off I was when I found out that shit phosphorus? You have any idea? Anyways. So, if you watching a bunch of stupid podcasts, bitch, and everybody on that podcast is stupid, congratulations, and you adopt it and absorb it, and oh my God, yes, congratulations. You're being brainwashed. What would that mean about your perspective when you're being brainwashed? Think about it. Stop and think about it. Okay? So now you speak to somebody else and they're trying to come to you with a space of reason. And I'm pretty sure all of us have had like a conversation like this. The person just they will do all types of stuff. And from that space, okay? So say we're talking about, you know what I'm saying, the lens of being so much an ego, anger or pride that you will not refuse to see reason. Think about what that angle and frequency is doing to your perspective and how it is you're going to see everything and walk around here in life. That's why some people have this really weird thing of entitlement. They feel so entitled to your energy because the angle and frequency that they probably have used with everybody up until now has been very manipulative. So they come around you and they catch on fire and say, it's not working there. Them yeah, get big. The lens widens, bitch. Oh shit. No way. I push your ass right off that carpet. See if you can fly without this rug, fucker. Anyways, having reason is gonna open up closed perspectives. Being able to consider, even if you don't necessarily agree at first, being able to literally put that to the side so you can properly consider. That way you can say, you know what, I really actually did look at all the perspectives available to me. It is amazing to me how often people will come to me and they need help with specific things in their life. And when I don't know, when I state the perspective, okay, but why are you such and such bothered about this in the first place? That's where you have to go. Because what a lot of people don't realize is those subconscious wounds that you have that were formed before you were fucking 7. Just the itty bitty fucking annoying ass child and baby. You know what I'm saying? Before you were 7. The subconscious is 50,000 times more powerful than your conscious mind. And please, when I'm saying subconscious, I'm never talking about the shit that you can view easily from the top. Y'all will tell me your conscious thoughts and think that this, for some reason, is you and your subconscious. It is not, baby. You cannot see it that easy. And it was formed before you were 7. And it literally is responsible for most of your processes during the day. Bruce Lipton says we spend 95% of our day in the subconscious. Hey, you ever go someplace all the time? So it's like it becomes like a muscle memory thing. You go all the time, all the time. And one day you kind of got to go a little bit in that direction, but you're going somewhere different and you're not paying attention on autopilot and you end up going the same fucking way you always go. You were on autopilot, bitch. You actually weren't even in your conscious mind at that moment. Understanding firstly how to see yourself, place yourself, where to put yourself, and how to maneuver through these perspectives when you get in, a situation, an obstacle, whatever. Learning how to move them around is what's going to help you. Okay? Next time we're going to talk about how you maintain your principle though and still move the perspectives around. Okay? You can do it. Love you.